Hey there! Welcome to the Football Quiz Zone. Are you ready for today's quiz? Today we will have a guessing challenge. In this video, we'll test your knowledge and skills in recognizing the sport's big stars through 3 exciting tips. Are you able to decipher who the player is before we even reveal their identity? Let's get started. Who is the player? The player is Lionel Messi. Who's behind the tips? The answer is Matthijs de Ligt. Who is the football star in question? We're talking about Antonio Rudiger. Identify the hidden player. The ace is Diogo Jota. Do you recognize this soccer star? The player is Lautaro Martinez. Who is this mysterious player? The answer is Marco Reus. Who is the player? The player is Jack Grealish. Who's behind the tips? We're talking about Achraf Hakimi. Who is the football star in question? The player is Rodrigo de Paul. Identify the hidden player. The answer is Hugo Lloris. Do you recognize this soccer star? The player in question is Xavi Simons. Who is this mysterious player? Is the Mario Pasalic. What is the player's name? We're talking about Arturo Vidal. Who is the player? The ace is Dries Mertens. Who's behind the tips? The player is Alexandru. Who is the football star in question? The answer is Rafael Varane. Identify the hidden player. Is the Dani Olmo. Do you recognize this soccer star? The player's name is Inaki Williams. Who is this mysterious player? The ace is Dusan Tadic. What is the player's name? Is the Aurelien Tchouameni. Who is the player? We're talking about Douglas Costa. Who's behind the tips? The player in question is Leandro Trotsky. Who is the football star in question? The player is Fikayo Tomlin. Identify the hidden player. The ace is Felipe Coutinho. Do you recognize this soccer star? The answer is Marco Verratti. Who is this mysterious player? Is the Manuel Akanji? What is the player's name? The player in question is Ronald Araujo. Who is the player? The answer is Victor Osimhen. Who's behind the tips? Is the Andrew Robertson. Who is the football star in question? Is the goalkeeper Yassine Bounou? Identify the hidden player. We're talking about Tammy Abraham. Do you recognize this soccer star? The ace is Bruno Guimaraes. Who is this mysterious player? The player is Martin Odegaard. Leave your results in the comments, and don't forget to leave the like and share these videos with your friends. Until next, guys.